unwavering commitment to each other through the most difficult times. And now we are invited to rejoice and to share in their success. This day, goodness and love triumph in the union of Bill and Julie. It isn't that the future will be free from adversity, but we all know that these two special people have what it takes to prevail together. And thus we have gathered today to witness their mutual vows, which will unite them in marriage, an honorable estate that should not be entered into lightly, but rather reverently and advisedly. To this moment, they bring the fullness of their hearts as a treasure to share with each other. They bring the dreams that bind them together. They bring that particular personality and spirit which is uniquely their own, and out of which will grow the originality of their life together. Bill and Julie, today is, of course, going to be one of the most memorable and happy days of your lifetime. By a mutual commitment to love each other, to work toward creating an atmosphere of care, consideration, and respect, by a willingness to face the tensions and anxieties that underlie human life, together you will make your wedded life come alive and help each other attain what all people seek, a happy life. Marriage is a partnership, of course. It is a contract based upon commitment and trust. Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It's standing together, facing the world. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each of you can grow. It is establishing a relationship in which the independence is equal, the dependence is mutual, and the obligations are reciprocal. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. And now we're going to have a reading by a dear friend of our couple, Phyllis Moore, entitled Why Marriage by Mary Nichols Payne. Phyllis?
Because to the depths of me I long to love one person with all my heart, my soul, my mind, my body. Because I need a forever friend to trust with the intimacies of me, who won't hold them against me, who loves me when I'm unlikable, who sees the small child in me, and who looks for the divine potential of me. Because I need to cuddle in the warmth of the night with someone who thanks God for me, with someone I feel blessed to hold. Because marriage means opportunity to grow in love and friendship. Because marriage is a discipline to be added to a list of achievements. Because marriages do not fail, people fail. When they enter into marriage expecting another to make them whole. Because knowing this, I promise myself to take full responsibility for my spiritual, mental, and physical wholeness. I create me. I take half of the responsibility for my marriage. Together we create our marriage. Because with this understanding, the possibilities are limitless. And I just want to say that I have watched them go through some trials and troubles that would have torn apart most relationships, but their love held them together. And I love you both, and I want you to both. Thank you.
Thank you, Phyllis. Maybe to expand on the theme expressed in that reading we just heard, I'm going to be introducing the other man in Julie's life to say a few words. I was told that actually if I left the introduction that way, Judge Leo Thorin or Joy Jackson might step up. That could be a problem. They probably have a few words and then they'd be dragging her out of the room because they really don't want to give her up to Bill. Actually, the other man I'm speaking of is Julie's dad, Paul Pucci, and I'm going to just remind Paul that his words of wisdom don't have to include warning Julie about dealing with the fear factor of marrying a judge. Far from being fearful, Julie has already sued the Michigan Supreme Court, garnished the judge's wages, and her federal lawsuit, commonly referred to as Pucci and its progeny, will be taught in law schools for years to come. So, Paul, your words might more appropriately be directed to cautioning Bill rather than Paul Pucci.
Thank you.
It's kind of cute.
Good evening, everyone. Bill and Julie requested that I say a few things on this beautiful occasion. And I really said that I would do it because I really like doing this. They asked me the secret of my wife and I's 53 years of marriage. And I said to Bill, it's a secret, Bill. That's why it's called a secret. I can't tell it to you. But one of the reasons we stayed together was neither one of us wanted our 5 kids. The other reason was going out for dinner every week. We would go out for dinner, dining, and dancing 2 nights a week. Sandy went out Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then I have some helpful hints for a good marriage. This is a good wife always forgives her husband when she is wrong. A married man should forget his mistakes. There's no use in 2 people remembering them. And I told her the most efficient way to remember your wife's birthday is to forget it once. I told Julie you can't change a man unless he's in diapers. And marriage is not a reform school. Marriage is not a word, it's a life sentence. Julie was married by a judge, but she might have asked for a jury. We have 2 saints for daughters, St. Margaret and St. Lucifer. Bill will soon find out which one he is at. Bill's title is the Honorable William Holgren. Our family will be watching him very closely to make sure he lives up to that billing. Julie recently said to Bill, what is the difference between a good lawyer and a great lawyer? Bill's answer was very simple. A good lawyer knows the law, but a great lawyer knows the judge. I really have to be nice to Bill because I want to stay in his will. One other thing, and this is just a thought, I haven't even taken it by Bill yet or something, just something to ponder, that Julie and Bill Pucci really sounds good to me. I thought I would have a little apropos poem for this evening. It's called The Wedding Poem. There once was a man named Bill whose life was not really a thrill. Some say it was dark, not a walk in the park, and needed a female gender. Along came Julie in all of her splendor and brought Bill to the light. He then became alive and bright and would never think of taking flight. For love everlasting is now in his sight, and he can thank Julie with all of his might. On a serious note, Bill and Julie have waited a long time for this special day, and Sandy and I couldn't be happier and more proud. It is written, when a child finds true love, parents find true joy. Here's to your joy and ours from this day forward. I thank you.
Bill wanted me to let you know that while they wrote the rest of the ceremony, that was all him. So, Julie and Bill, you are here today to pledge your love and devotion to each other. It is a happy day, of course, but it is also a day for serious reflection. There is no relationship stronger than marriage, nor is there a relationship more delicate. There will be good times and difficult times during your marriage. The good times are easy to deal with. It is the difficult times that require the commitment of understanding, patience, and sacrifice. Along with laughter, there will be tears, but the laughter and the tears should blend together to create memories, very special memories. The vows you assume today are most sacred. If you maintain your respect for each other, your life together will be happy, and your home will thrive in peace. Do you, Bill, solemnly declare to take Julie to be your lawful wedded wife, to love her, comfort her, honor, and keep only her in sickness and in health, so long as you both live? And Julie, do you solemnly declare to take Bill to be your lawful wedded husband, to love him, comfort him, honor, and keep only him in sickness and in health, so long as you both shall live? I will. Bill, if you have a ring, after all this time, you've been As you place that ring on Julie's finger, repeat after me. With this ring I be wed.
With this ring I be wed.
And I promise to be a loving,
and I promise to be a loving,
caring, and trustworthy husband.
caring, and trustworthy husband.
And I promise to be your best friend and partner forever.
And I promise to be your best friend and partner forever.
All right. And Julie, if you have a ring, give it to Bill. You'll repeat after me. With this ring I be wed.
With this ring I be wed.
And I promise to be a loving,
And I promise to be a loving,
caring, and trustworthy wife.
caring, and trustworthy wife.
And I promise to be your best friend and partner forever.
And I promise to be your best friend and partner forever.
As you have exchanged rings to evidence this new relationship and to signify your love and devotion to each other, so may the unending circle of the ring represent your unending happiness. Please join your hands. You've done that. Actually, you've done that in the whole ceremony. This joining together of your hands is symbolic of the joining of your lives, now and forever. By this expression and by the vows you have taken to solemn and have solemnly spoken in the presence of your witnesses, you assume the relation of husband and wife and promise to be faithful to all the obligations of this new relationship. And now, by virtue of the laws of the state of Michigan and the authority vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. We were supposed to wait for permission to get it. And then there was only one. I saw about five. I'm pleased to present you Mr. and Mrs. Bill Holmgren.